The Akkadian Empire was one of the first empires in world history, located in Mesopotamia, which is now modern-day Iraq. It was established by Sargon of Akkad in the 21st century BCE and lasted for about 2 centuries before collapsing in the 21st century BCE. Sargon of Akkad was a powerful ruler who conquered many of the city-states of Sumer and Akkad, uniting them under his rule and creating a centralized government. He established a new capital city called Akkad, which became the center of his empire. Under Sargon and his successors, the Akkadian Empire expanded to include much of Mesopotamia, as well as parts of Syria and Iran. The empire was characterized by a strong military, efficient administration, and significant cultural achievements, including the development of the Akkadian language, one of the earliest known Semitic languages. The Akkadian Empire collapsed in the 21st century BCE due to a combination of factors, including environmental changes, economic decline, and internal political struggles. However, its legacy lived on through the Akkadian language and culture, which continued to influence subsequent civilizations in the region. The Akkadian Empire was a significant political and cultural force in ancient Mesopotamia. Here are some additional details about the empire. 1. The founder of the empire, Sargon of Akkad, was born in the city-state of Kish and rose to power as a military leader. He established the empire by conquering various city-states in Sumer and Akkad, as well as regions further afield. Sargon was known for his military prowess and his administrative reforms, which centralized power in the empire and established a system of governors to oversee the different regions. 2. The Akkadian Empire was one of the first empires in world history, and its political structure and methods of governance influenced subsequent empires in the region, such as the Babylonian and Assyrian empires. 3. The Akkadian language, which was developed during the empire, became the primary language of communication and administration throughout Mesopotamia. It was a Semitic language, related to Hebrew and Arabic, and featured a complex system of cuneiform writing. 4. The Akkadian Empire was known for its cultural achievements, including art, literature, and science. Some of the most famous works of Akkadian literature include the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the earliest known works of epic poetry, and the Code of Hammurabi, a legal code that established rules and punishments for various crimes. 5. The empire's collapse in the 21st century BCE is attributed to a combination of factors, including environmental changes such as drought and famine, invasions by neighboring peoples, and internal political struggles. After the collapse of the Akkadian Empire, Mesopotamia was divided into smaller city-states once again, and new empires eventually arose in the region. One of the neighboring peoples that invaded the Akkadian Empire was the Gutians, who lived in the Zagros Mountains to the east of Mesopotamia. The Gutians were a tribal people who were known for their military might and their skill in archery. They were able to gain control of much of Mesopotamia, including the former Akkadian territories, for a period of around 100 years in the 21st century BC. The Gutian period was characterized by political instability and economic decline, and it is considered to be one of the darkest periods in Mesopotamian history. Another group that invaded the Akkadian Empire was the Amorites, a Semitic people who lived in the desert regions to the west of Mesopotamia. The Amorites were pastoral people who were known for their skills in horsemanship and their ability to adapt to changing environments. They gradually migrated into Mesopotamia and established their own city-states, eventually forming the Babylonian Empire in the 18th century BCE. The Elamites, who lived in the highlands to the east of Mesopotamia, also posed a threat to the Akkadian Empire. The Elamites were non-Semitic people with their own language and culture, and they frequently clashed with the Akkadians over control of border territories. The Elamites eventually established their own empire, which lasted from around the 21st century BCE to the 6th century BCE.